Good day, everybody. It is I. And today we are going to look at my little rendition of where your zodiac sign comes from. I know people are going to have a lot of shit to say about this, but and I'm trying to make astrology easy. So let's look at it like the sky. Let's split the sky in slices, right? We got 12 slices, right? So now the sky is a pizza pie. And in each of these slices, now they're going to convert into houses, okay? So they went from slices to houses. So we have 12 houses, right? So we're cutting the sky in divisions. We're dividing it up into 12. So each, okay, the natural placement of each sign has a house that it corresponds to with, etc. So I'm just going to show you, just so you can have a visual of how this is working. Okay, so this is the first house, second house, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. Okay? All right. Yeah, because I know the pink wasn't really showing up like that. This is the first. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, because, you know, the number one sign of the zodiac, this is the ascendant. We're not going to concern ourselves with this right now. Just know that this is the ascendant line. Okay? And right now we're dealing with whole houses. All right. So in the very first house, we have the natural placement of, you guessed it, the number one zodiac sign, Aries. It's your birthday. That looks like a bird. Let me do better. All right. The second house, okay, is Taurus. So I'm going to make my little bull symbol. Okay. And it looks funky, but that's what it is. We've got Gemini. I should probably write the names, but let's just do the symbols first. Cancer, which, oh God, help me. Something like that, right? We've got Leo. Okay. And I'm on an angle, so Virgo. We got Libra. We got Scorpio. We've got Sag. We got Capricorn. Right? We got Air, Aquarius, and then we have Pisces. Okay? Now, I don't know, I'm being kind of anal because I'm feeling like, let me not be too anal. This is the way I'm going to just do this for now. So, now, you guys may or may not be familiar with the house sign correspondence at this point with just the symbols. So this is Aries. This is Taurus, second house. So Aries is in the first house. Taurus is in the second. Gemini in the third. Right here, right? Gemini in the third. Cancer is in the fourth, right? We got Leo. We already know. Virgo. Libra. Scorpio. Sag. Cap. Aquarius. And Pisces. Okay? Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, so now what? There are 30 degrees to each house, right? So just imagine 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay? So these are all degrees. Okay? Degrees. And so there are 30. Oh, I probably should have made it that color. There are 30 degrees to each house. Did I say that right? 30 degrees to each house. I feel so compelled to like draw something here. So we have 30 degrees, right? And then the same would be here. Okay. I don't want to use that color. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10, 9, well, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Well, actually, this would be 30, right? Y'all get the fucking picture. So, you have 30 degrees throughout each house. Now, I wish I had a yellow one, but it's not like it's going to show up. So, let's say you're an Aries, the number 1 sign of the zodiac. Number 1. Okay? Then you occupy the first house naturally. And I'm not going to go into the details thereof, but so the sun. This is how you get your zodiac sign. So this is a zodiac wheel, if you will, okay? And so it takes the sun approximately 30 days to go through each sector of the sky, each slice, each house of the zodiac. So it's sort of like musical chairs to a certain degree. Every time somebody is born, to a certain degree. Every time someone is born, so let's say we have the sun is rotating, it's going through the 30 days, it's going through the cycle, and then it stops. The sun stops right here in Aries. Mine stops at 7 degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 57 seconds. So it's about right here. And we got 7:57. Okay. Now the degrees also mean they have a meaning as well. You know, I don't do math like that, so I'm gonna just keep it very surface. But each of these do have an actual meaning. Whole nother story for a whole nother day. So I'm an Aries sun. Now let's consider a couple of other things, right? Like the fact that there's more than just the sun that occupies the sky, right? So if we're going to consider the sun, oh wait, so I probably forgot the point, right? I did. Point being, now you are a sun sign, or I I am a sun sign Aries. And of course, Aries has to do with the self. But we're not going to go into all that. So that's where the sun is. So this is why most people, okay, the next person may be born in November. Okay? Your sun would be here. And so on. If you are a Cancer, your sun would fall here. Right? So if you're a Cancer, it will fall in the 4th. If you're a Scorpio, it will fall in the 8th. Naturally. Okay? This is naturally. So let me take this time to the stars move through the houses. Okay? So these celestial bodies, they move through the houses. So that's where it's really like musical chairs, because you're going to see, and I don't want to confuse you guys, but so we have the sun here. Your sun, let's say as these celestial bodies are moving, let's say it stops here. It's going to be, so Scorpio's now going to be here, and the sun is going to be here. It just depends on the time of day that you're born, where, and so on and so forth. So, but I'm not going to confuse you guys with that, because I kind of will confuse myself. So that was the sun. So we got to consider too, we don't got to, but it only makes sense to consider the fact that we have a whole solar system, right? Is that what we call it? A solar system with planets. They try to say that Pluto's not alive or around. Pluto is very, very alive. What did they say? Oh, it's a dwarf planet. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Pluto is a very powerful planet. So now we haven't considered. I'm only going to consider I'm not going to go through all the planets. We'll do that in another video. So, but let's see. The sun takes 30 days approximately to move through a sign, right? So, but what about the moon? Let's consider the moon. So this will be the shape for the moon. This is the sun. Okay? And then we have the ascendant, which the ancient symbol is, I have it on my wrist. But there we go. So, which is here. Something like that. It's more of a U. But anyway, point being, ascendant. So, as these celestial bodies are moving through the sky, the ascendant is moving at a different speed. All the planets are moving at different speeds. I'm not, because I feel myself going into a whole tangent. So I just want to keep it surface. So the moon, let's consider where the moon is. And then that'll be it. I mean, not the moon, excuse me. That's the sun. My fault. And then the moon. Okay? So, when I was born, okay, the moon, which moves every 2.5 days, well, excuse me, it ingresses into signs, changes, signs, every 2.5 days, or let's just, the anal ones. Okay. So, at the time of my birth, you have your degrees again through every house. There's 30 of them. So, whatever. It should be 30, right? 30 degrees. And then the moon. And this is the symbol for Virgo. Okay? So, my moon, it was at about 3 degrees. Okay? So, we can see that here. So, in essence, my moon is sitting at 3 degrees. Virgo. The moon was sitting at 3 degrees Virgo at the time of my birth. So I hope this kind of makes sense. Not kind of, but I hope it really does make sense. Just kept it very basic. So what I'm saying is, when people say, oh, you believe in astrology, it's a whole scientific method to it. It's not something that you just believe in off the rip. Like, oh, okay, yeah. No, it's a system. So once you begin to understand the system, we can then see a reflection of ourselves, really, within our natal chart. It begins to make more sense. This is why you can have 2 Aries. So say, let me make another point. Let's say, let me keep it simple. So let's say we have another Aries. This Aries is born, let's say that they was born at 25 degrees. And remember, these degrees mean these degrees. There are various meanings. I think it's called the Jandus. So if you're interested in degrees, it's the Jandus, I think. That could be. That's a Z. I think. Just Google degrees and Jandus. So, or you can just Google the meaning of degrees. So we have the sun sitting here, somebody else's sun in Aries. Okay? Let's say that this is my Aries homie. Okay? But my Aries homie has at the time of her birth, the moon was in Scorpio. Okay? At the time I was born, Aries was in the first house. I was born in the morning. Right? So I'm a first house Aries. I'm going to come back to her moon. So this is my homie's moon, right? I'm going to call her Z. So this is Z's sun, sitting at the later degrees. I don't know that that's her correct degree, but follow me. So she's an Aries sun sign. My moon was in Virgo at my time of birth. The moon was in Scorpio at her time of birth. The difference here is, when I was born, Aries was in the first house. When Z was born, it occupied her 12th. Okay? Excuse me. The sun occupied her 12th due to whatever degree, whatever time she was born. Not degree, but due to the time that she was born and what have you. And it also depends on the type of chart that you are utilizing, the type of astrological chart, right? I use whole houses because it's easier for me. I'm a Mercury. At the time of my birth, Mercury, when I say I'm a Mercury in Pisces, Mercury looks like this. Okay? That's Mercury. So my Mercury sits at 10 degrees. Right? So it's in detriment. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So my Mercury sits at 10 degrees. When I say my Mercury, meaning at my time of birth, Mercury was in Pisces, in the 12th house. So naturally, Pisces, 12th house is a water house. Now, alright. So I think that's it. So what I was saying is, so then her Z's sun, now this is Pisces. My Mercury's in Pisces. But what I was saying is, depending at the time of somebody's birth, and then it stops. Stops in the 12th house. Okay. She's a 12th houser. Sun. Now, my moon falls in the 6th house. Her moon falls in, I don't remember what house. But it would change. Okay? Because then we have a different sign on the ascendant. So if we back these up, the sign that would be on the ascendant would be Taurus. I don't know, I'm starting to confuse myself. So I'm just going to stop there because I got too much shit on the board. But I hope that you understand a little bit better how astrology is working. That it's not just something that's made up. Thank you for watching. Bye.